Okay, coming to the part of managing the identities, which I missed, managing the users and groups. Okay, so a large part of managing endpoint is managing users and group. As I talked about, that we do these things from Intune and from Intra portal, managing the users and groups. If you have existing users and groups or will create new users and groups, Intune can help. So there are organizations, those who are shifting from SCCM or from some other platform to Intune. So they have the users and group details with them in the CSV format, or they are having stored on the on-premise. So these two things can happen, or even they might be having on some other cloud platform. So if anyone knows that, what are the other examples of Intune as a platform in the market currently? Anyone is having any idea?
What's the question?
Means if there are any other platforms like Intune in the market, any name of the platforms like Intune is there to manage the devices. So there,
Hmm.
yeah, there are other competitors too in the market other than Microsoft, and people are
I
using.
know I know few. There is one Datto or Casia which manages the complete endpoint,
Mhm.
including your enrollment. Not it's now it can be connected with Intune as well,
Yeah, yeah.
so you can and then complete fleet management. But it's mostly for the Windows devices, not
Mhm.
for Android
iOS,
or
Android, iOS.
iOS. Yeah,
Yeah, so there are pretty good numbers of platform. You would have, Abhishek, you would have heard about the BlackBerry platform if
yeah.
so it was earlier there, but now it is decom. So once it was there, it was the king of all the platforms. Means it was a unified platform previously.
Right.
And I think 2012 or 13, if I remember the history of it.
To-
I was in school at that point of time, but I wasn't aware
I
about
have worked
this.
on that. I have worked on that.
Yeah, yeah.
BlackBerry for managing the not Android but other phones like Motorola and all. There used to be something called
Mhm.
good technology.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mainly the organizations and the corporate world were using this that
Yes.
BlackBerry. So same way now we have Intune, so everyone is adopting it. But there are other platforms too, like Workspace One, SOTI, Next Thing, and number of platforms are there. So now organizations are trying to move towards Intune, and what they are going to do, they are just doing the integration part with Intune and moving their users and groups what they have previously on the previous platform. They are moving it here. So how we are going to use the existing users and groups in Intune to import them, so that we have the two methods that we can do. We can create those users group directly on Intune or on Intra portal, and then we can grant the access and we can set up the things. So the Intune Admin Centers includes the central location to manage users and groups. It is a central location, but there is one more location which is called as Intra Portal. I will show that as well. I think my new tab is visible to everyone. That only content page is visible.
I can see only the content page.
Okay, okay, I have shared that page only. Okay, let me share whole screen then. Okay, I hope now whole screen is visible. This is the lab which I have bought. This is Intra portal, Azure AD portal, intra.microsoft.com. This was Intune which I showed up. From here also we can log into the Intra directly. This also gives you the functionality to create the new user and then assign the things or create the new groups and do the things. But doing it from Intra is more feasible, and the syncing part is also, if you are managing the on-premise thing, then it's really suggested that you should do it from here. You should create the users and you should create the groups from Azure portal, Intra portal, so that it is directly syncing with the on-premise part. I will be just giving the brief of it, that how we are syncing the portals from one to another and establishing the trust between them so that the information can be shared from one place to another. So there should be a flow of the information as well to grant the access to the users and their devices. So as taking the example of army again. So in the army, what happens that there are different battalions. So there is a trust between them is created, means there is radio signals. They tell their radio signal to them that we are connecting to this frequency, and then the another battalion will also connect to that particular frequency and they will share the information. Same happens with Intune and the other tenants also. What Intune is going to do, Intune will give its frequency, means Intune will give its tenant ID. In terms of Intune, we call it tenant ID. Intune will give the tenant ID to the other tenant, and that other tenant, other platform will give their ID to Intune. So like this, they will just develop the trust between each other, and they will start working on the same frequency. And then they will share the data. If you will update the data on the cloud, it is going to be updated on that platform as well. So we can create the user in Intune Admin Center also and in Admin Center also. You can see the same thing, same interface. And talking about groups also, if you will come to the groups, there is a groups button. So what is the use of groups we will be talking about? Just let me explain this thing first. So we can create the groups, we can manage the groups, we can remove the users and devices, or we can modify the rules, dynamic rules. So there are two types of groups. If we will talk about the groups, dynamic groups, and the cloud groups, M365 groups. If you'll go to the new groups, you will get the option there. Security group, M365 group. And for the group creation, membership type, there are three membership type: the dynamic user, dynamic device. So if you want to bifurcate a particular group with a particular department, let's take an example that there is a particular department, HR department or scientist department in your organization. Means if your organization is working on the chemical waste company, so there will be scientists. What you will Scientists are not too good with the computer thing. They might be too good with the chemical things, too good with their area, not with the computer area. So what we are going to do, if we want to apply some settings on their devices to manage their devices, to keep their devices secure, so that whatever the data they are storing is secure. So we will create a dynamic user group, and we will mention there that user identity, which is having uh, their department type as scientist or their employee type as scientist. Those all users are going to come under one group. So it can be XYZ group. So XYZ group or the scientist group you can create. Scientist group you create it and you give the description just for understanding purpose. If someone else is going to see that what this group is for, so they can refer that information. And then we create the group like dynamic users. We assign the dynamic query. So it vary the query we can take it up from Google, from Copilot, that what query we are going to use. We can test that query. We need not to remember it, but uh, just we can understand that how query looks like. Query will give you that if user equal to scientist, it will look like this. If user is equal to scientist, I will show you an example. Let me show that. Dynamic query, dynamic user query, and tune for creating groups. Looks like. Okay, so we can see like this. So it will look like this. Okay. So here what is it is doing, user department equals to sales. So all the users, those who are having sales as their department, they are going to come under that group. So talking about the MD102 perspective, so in the MD102 perspective, it will give you this syntax, and then it will ask that uh, it might ask that if we are going to run this syntax, then what is going to happen, or it will just give one scenario that we have created a particular group with this syntax, and then we want to avail so and so things, so how we are going to proceed. So accordingly we will be having the options, and we can choose and then give the answers of those questions. So understanding this part is very important. So if you want to create the specific department group, so you can use it, but from the exam perspective you will get the things to understand. So there uh, is one difference that we have to understand between the and or. So this is going to confuse you once you are working on the dynamic rules. So one and or is going to confuse. So in this group, if you are going to use this group as a dynamic, use this query for the dynamic group. So just one question from everyone, if anyone knows that if you are putting this user department equal to sales and user department user city is equal to London, so what it is going to do means the group will include what informations, what identities. Anyone?
Anyone whose department is set as sales and also city is set as London. Only those users will be part of it because it uses and operator, not
Okay,
the
if it is
or.
or operative, then
Then it will be anybody who has either sales or their city is London.
right, very correct. So we have to just make it very crisp and make this point clear from our thought that if there is and, then it is going to take both things as common for the user identity, means it is going to take London and sales both as common, and all the users, those who are having sales and from London, from city London, all the users from city London having sales as department are going to come into that group. But if it is or, then what is going to happen? All the users having sales, they will also come under that group, and all the users from London, they will also come into that group. I hope I made it clear this point. This is very important point. We are going to get 3 to 4 questions related to it. But if we make mistake for the first time when I was giving exam, I was prepared, but I got confused because I haven't applied this scenario in the environment. So once we will apply the scenario after creating the users, we will understand it. Okay, guys, any doubt regarding this? I take silence as no. So accordingly, we define the rule, and we also get the option to validate that rule, whether the rule which you have defined it is correct or not. So we can validate it from here and then create the groups. So that is the part of the group. What a particular group is going to include, what data, what information. Anyone?
Sorry, can you repeat the question with
What data, what information can be included in a group?
a group can have users, devices. If you talk about Intune perspective, it can also have nested groups in it.
Yeah.
I right.
So these three things are talking about nested groups means as of now we can keep it aside, and more focus will be on devices and groups, because
Yes.
whatever things that you want to deploy it or you want to manage it from here, you are going to manage from the user perspective or from the device perspective. So these two perspectives are there that we have to understand from group point of view. So this is done now. Coming back to again on this page to understand that how to get user accounts and groups that are on other platform. When I was talking about that there are other platforms integrating with Intune. So how we are getting those user accounts and the groups into Intune. So all these methodology or these tips or ideas which are preferred here in the Microsoft can be used. So if you currently use Microsoft 365 but obvious person or organization is having Intune, then that organization is having Microsoft 365. Have your users and groups in the Microsoft 365 admin center. It is going to integrate with that, because if you are integrating with one cloud technology, it is going to be integrated with all the technology. Then these users and groups are also available in the Intune admin center. As I told, the statement also clears that. Microsoft Entra ID and Intune use a tenant, means a same area of land is being used by two battalions. Okay. So Intune Intra ID is another battalion, Intune is another battalion. Means they are the commanders. Okay. So these commanders are using the same ground, same land, same tenant. Which is your organization, like a Contoso or Microsoft? It has just given as an example. If you have multiple tenants sign into the tenant admin center in the same Microsoft 365 tenant, so there might be scenarios that in your organization there might be multiple tenants managed. So why there are multiple tenants, actually we will be understanding later on, but as of now let's understand that from a single tenant perspective. So if we want to understand that, we have to go into the Azure part, Azure AD part, understanding the what are the root accounts, root domain, root tenant. So there is a root tenant. From that root tenant, all the platforms, all the cloud platforms are managed, and that root tenant subscription is making the members to other platforms, and the members of other platforms are able to access the organization detail and data and manage it from their own platforms, but the tenant is going to remain same. So that is just an example, but I'll be giving an overview for that as well. So if you have you currently use on-premise Active Directory, then you can use Microsoft Entra Connect to synchronize your on-premise AD accounts to Microsoft Entra ID. So this is the important part which nowadays organizations are using. If any organization is not having the cloud platform and they want to switch to cloud platform, question might come from this topic in MD102. They can ask that you are given with so and so organization, you have so and so subscription and license, and they have asked you that now they want to move on the cloud technology. So what function you are going to use from the cloud perspective to integrate all the information to your cloud platform? So this is the function, this is the thing that we are going to do. We are going to synchronize your on-premise ID accounts to Microsoft Entra ID. Microsoft Entra ID, just don't be confused with being Microsoft Entra ID and Azure AD. So if we are talking about Azure AD, that's also cloud. If we are talking about AD only, Active Directory. So Active Directory is not cloud. Active Directory is on-premise thing. Wherever you will see, you will find that AD is written with on-premise. This word just to make it crisp and clear for the readers, those who are reading the document, so that they are not misunderstood by AD only or a Microsoft Entra ID. And that was also the main reason why they changed the name of Active Directory as Entra ID. Sorry, Azure Active Directory as Entra ID, so that we are not confused with it.
Just one tip there. Entra, what when we are talking about Entra, yes, you are very right, Vipin. 2 years back, they almost 2.5 years or more back, they changed the name from Azure Active Directory to Entra, because Entra is the entry point for any service you use in cloud, in Microsoft ecosystem.
Huh, huh, huh.
That's why they changed it to Entra. It means in the Latin or something is entry point.
Yeah, entry
So
point. Yeah.
entry point to any system.
So,
Sorry.
yeah, that's very correct and very good explanation. Means people will also understand that this is a perspective to understand that why its name is Intra. This is the cloud thing. Intra is a cloud thing just for a differentiation purpose. Intra is a cloud thing and AD is an on-premise thing. They are both different. And Intra ID is a part means it is a son of AD. If you'll talk. It's just a cloud version of AD thing. All the functions and buttons which you have in the AD thing, you are going to have it on Entra ID platform, and those buttons will give you the access to create users, manage users, and all those things. So I was talking about the scenario once a particular organization wants to move from on-premise to the cloud platform. So they are going to avail this intra-connect to synchronize service. They will synchronize the data so that all the users and groups which are there on on-premise, they are migrated to Intune or cloud platform, that is Microsoft Entra ID. So once these informations are available on Intra ID, they are available on Intune Admin Center. So that's I think that's understood for everyone. What is Microsoft Intra Connect Sync? We will be learning that in practical when we will be doing it. How we are establishing the Intra Sync. You can also import existing users and group from CSV file into the Intune Admin Center. Okay, if you have a new organization, you have set up the new organization and you want to manage the things from the cloud platform. So what you will do, you will collect the information for all your employees, their names, address, and everything. And then with your domain, you will write their domain IDs and you will upload, you will create that Excel sheet into the CSV format. You will import that Excel sheet CSV in Intune. There is an import button. Will show that as well. Okay, new group. You create a group. If you want to import a group, you create a group. Means if you want to import the users inside a group, you create a group with the name. So and so the name you have put in, you created the group. Okay. Don't assign the owners or members, just create a group. SDFGH, okay, it is created SDFGH. I will search the group. Okay. So this group is not having any members or anyone, it is a blank group. But you have a set of members, those who are having SDFGH GK as their department name, for an example, and you want to just means you have the list of those users, those who belongs from this department, or we do filter it out from your sheet that users belonging or employees belonging from this department used to they have to be in this group. So what we will do, we will do the import of those members. We will import that CSV. So actually if you are going to create or import the members in the group, so it is going to accept a particular CSV format. Here comes the important part. So importing the users in this in the groups, it is going to accept a particular CSV format only. Means if you want that you have the Excel sheet and you want to import the users from your Excel sheet converting it to the CSV, it's not gonna work. But in case of the user creation, it can work. It works actually. So new users in the bulk you can create it. Okay, where is the bulk user creation? Okay, it is in the intra. Okay, here it is, bulk operation. You see the bulk create button. We go to the bulk create, download the CSV template, and in that CSV template we put in the details. I'm not having the office in this device, so it won't be easy for me to show. But let's see, WPS works. See, it's going to accept the details in this format. The display name should be under this username, initial password, block sign, yes or no, what you want to keep, or you want to keep it as default, first name, surname. These things are filled here, and then this particular CSV will be imported there, here, with the information, and then the users are created. Okay, once the users are created, then comes the grouping part. Users are created with their department names, and now you have the department SDFGHJK, and you want to import all the users having this particular department. You can create the dynamic query and you can import them, or another method is there. You can just sort and filter into that sheet, and you can do the bulk import. You can sort and filter, find it out those user details, and means it is going to be lengthy actually, but let me explain that if I'm explaining it. So you can just sort it out, do the VLOOKUP with your users list, which you can download from all users. From here you will download all users, those all users that you have. So you will have their group IDs, oh, sorry, user identity number. There is a user identity number, so that user identity number is uploaded in the group template format. Okay, import format which we have, I think, downloaded. I'll be showing it in the practical, doing the practical of it. Example, the object ID of the users will look like this. Okay, so that particular object ID, when you will sort with the names, the object ID column will come as on another side, and you can copy that particular column because you have sorted it out. You can paste it here, save it, then you upload it here. You upload it here. All those users will be imported in this particular group. That's the one thing. You can create the dynamic query as I was explaining, dynamic user query for the group, and do it. I hope we are clear with this here. Guys, any acknowledgement? Hi, hello everyone, are we there?
I'm here.
Okay guys, are we here?
Yes, yes, very well.
And Jaidev, are you there? Saiteja, Annapurna, Sandeep is my
Yes, yes.
another account.
Yes, Vipin.
Okay, but so you guys have understood whatever I have explained till now. I don't want to make it boring. It was getting boring for me. So if anybody have any questions regarding the identities, groups, users, I hope no questions. Okay, let me ask one thing then. I am giving a scenario. You are working in ABC organization which has recently set up. Guys, please listen it carefully. I am reciting a question. You are working in ABC organization which is recently set up. It is a, let's take construction based company, and there are construction employees, there are HR department, and there are other payment departments and other departments are there. You are asked that to create groups for all the departments so that you can deploy different set of applications on those groups. So how you are going to do that? And you are provided with the information that their user information is available on the Active Directory, on-premise Active Directory. How we are going to get that information and create the groups? Anybody can explain if you have understanding? If you have got my question, or should I repeat my question? Okay, let me repeat my question in the writing format. Okay, you have HR department, you have construction engineer department, CE I'm writing. Okay, you have payment department. Okay, these are the three department. Number of users can vary, like 10, 15, 25. Okay, I'm using the touchpad, so my writing will be bad. Okay, so is everyone seeing my screen?
Yes.
So you are told that we have 10 users, 10 HR and 10 construction engineers, 10 payment, 25 payment department users. And these users were already there in AD, on-premise AD.
Okay.
Take their information is already there on on-premise.
Okay.
I will write ADOP.
Who is
And the management has asked you that now we are shifting to cloud. Okay.
Yep.
We are shifting to cloud now,
Okay.
from AD to cloud, and we want that these users should be there on the cloud, and there should be different groups for those users, and
Mm-hmm.
HR is going to use a application named A application, and construction engineer are going to use B application, and payment department is going to use C application.
Okay.
How we are going to perform the task on Intune or on Intra to get this facility done?
Uh, okay. So all the groups are on premise.
Yeah, all the
So two
not,
ways.
not the groups, only
Oh,
users.
sorry, the users. All the users are on premise.
Yeah.
So two ways. Either if we connect this cloud platform, that is Entra ID, with on-premise Active Directory using the connect AAD connect.
Okay.
Let it
Ready.
synchronize.
Synchronization.
Then
Yeah.
you create a dynamic group what you showed.
Mm-hmm.
If department is equal to HR, you should get into HR department. If department is construction engineering, is this. If the department is payroll, you become part of it. Or you, if you are not setting up this connection between these two platform, then you export it in the CSV format, use the CSV format, create the identity
Mm-hmm.
in cloud, and then use the same method to create the groups.
Yeah. Then the groups are created. Then we have
Yep.
ABC applications that we have uploaded already on Intune.
Right.
How we are going to assign that ABC applications?
Then you can go to the assignment tab
Mm-hmm.
and then choose the particular group which you have created. It will
Good,
have the
good.
users.
Yeah, they will have the applications.
Right.
So it was a really good explanation. Usually these type of questions only are coming in MD102.
I
So
will not answer any of your question from now. Let other people also
yeah,
answer it.
other
Seriously, I
people
just want
also.
to keep quiet watching it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So
just
just
to request from everyone, please ask
hmm,
questions and answer his questions.
yeah.
You'll learn a lot. He's teaching a lot.
So that it is very much interactive means I
Yeah,
don't want to make it boring session. So
I will go on mute.
okay, so as I will ask this now from Jaidev that how he is going to apply these things. Jaidev, if you can unmute yourself and explain me the same thing which Abhishek explained just now.
Yep. Okay. So you create first. You have different. I mean, application for application A, B, and that's
Application.
applications. Then you have the three groups. Three different groups, which is can use three different groups. HR, the engineers, and uh, payment department.
Yep.
So yeah. Then you do the CSV. Then you put connect the CSV.
Okay, CSB thing, yeah, CSB thing is coming into the role. You want to do via the CSB thing. Okay.
Yeah, I think after
Okay,
I
okay,
kind of don't
okay,
know how to
okay.
explain. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. I will re-explain it. This thing, this question, so that because you told me that you are preparing for MD02, MD102. So this type of
Yes.
question, Jaydev, are going to get in front of you. They will give you scenario. They will say so and so is the organization. Means there is a lot of content written in the question. So we have to save the time also in the exam, not to read the content too much, just to understand. If we are prepared, then we are not going to read the content. We will see the things and we are going to answer directly with full confidence. So
Okay.
I want that confidence into everyone so that you can attend those questions. And because we have a limited time in the exam and we have big
Yeah.
questions to read, we cannot read all the questions. All the details in that time, so we have to understand seeing the diagram. In the diagram, they will show HR is equal to 10, C is equal to 15 user, pay is equal to 25. You have to create a group name, group A, group X for HR, group Y for construction engineer, and group Z for payment department. And they have told
Right.
that these user information are available in the AD on premise. AD on premise, as I told, it is on premise thing. It is not on the cloud. So organization wants to move on the cloud from AD to cloud. So they have asked you to do that. What you will do? You will access the AD on premise server, the server where these users are placed. You can do either thing. You can do the Azure AD synchronization from your intra cloud portal with your Azure AD server. You will get all the users that you have in your Azure AD on premise, that you have on Active Directory on premise. Sorry, I am getting misunderstood with the words. So AD on premise, Active Directory on premise. Let me speak like that. Active Directory on premise. All the users are there already on Active Directory on premise. You have to bring it on cloud. So for bringing
Right.
them on the cloud, what you have to do, you have the cloud tenant, you logged into your cloud Intra, you will go to the Active Directory on-premise sync. So there is one application. You will get the option to download that application. You will download,
Right.
you will download that application from your tenant. That application will include the tenant details, your tenant ID, okay, where you want to connect with your Active Directory on premise. It will have that ID. You have downloaded that. Now you will launch that Active Directory application that is downloaded. It has the your cloud tenant ID there already. Active Directory synchronization application I'm talking about.
Okay.
Now,
Right.
now you will
Synchronize.
go to, yeah, now you will go to your Active Directory on premise. There is also a tenant ID. Okay, once it is connected, you will find that tenant ID in the drop down. I will be showing that in live sessions how we are doing it. You will find them. You will just select that Active Directory on premise domain server. It is connected with your cloud now. The connection part is done. Synchronization part is done. Now all
Yes.
the data will flow from here to here.
Okay. Understand.
Okay, all the data that we had, we did the synchronization. It started flowing from here to here. Once it is on the cloud, as I told that the Intra ID or the Intune portal, they are very friendly, user friendly. You can see all the options. You can go to the user option, and you can see that all the users are not now there, which you have imported from here to there. Now what comes? Creation of the group. You
Group.
have to
Okay.
create the group using that dynamic query which I told. Department equal to HR. You created one group. Okay, done. Department is equal to construction engineer. You created one group. Done. Department is equal to payment department. Done. Three groups are created now. Groups are created, and all the users which are there with that particular department, they'll be under that group. Now you are asked that there are ABC application under application part. Okay, so in the application part, there are ABC applications, all apps. So here you will see the application. We will be creating those applications. We will be seeing that three applications. What we will do, we have the groups. We will go to that A application. We have asked that A application should be deployed to HR. We'll go to the properties. We will edit the assignment section, and we will push the application. So there are three modes of pushing any application. First is required. When you will do the required thing, the selected group for which you want to make this application required apps are installed automatically. Okay, just to make it understandable, that if you are pushing the application, it will install automatically on the device without user intervention. So in this case, we are using to do the deployment from the required mode, because organization has asked that this application are must to be installed on HR department, HR people, HR employees or HR users. We will add that group, HR group here, which we have it. It is going to push the application on the HR devices. Same way we will do for other two also, payment department and for pay department. Your task is done.
Okay. Understand. Okay. So just to reiterate is first I mean from the cloud to I mean from the on premises to the cloud, you
Mhm.
sync the application first.
Applicate, not
Then
the
after that,
application, user information, because user information are either given to you in the list format in the CSV format, or
right?
you are asked from your organization. If your organization has already AD domain, Active Directory on premise domain, so they have asked that these user details are already there, you take it from there.
Okay. Okay. Understand. Then
So
after, okay,
I
you take it from the
uh,
on
uh,
premises then to the cloud. Is that
to
right?
the cloud. Once they are on the cloud, we do the thing, cloud things, means creating the
So
group,
the cloud things will be the creation of group. Then, oh, sorry, what else? Creation of group.
creation of group is done, then you are said that you have A, B, and C application in application section. You have to deploy those application respectively. A application to HR, B application to construction engineer, C application to pay. We will do the same thing. We will deploy through the required mode of deployment to all of them.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, understand. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I
Thank you.
hope everyone has understood this. If anyone has any doubt or any clarity you want, then I can re-explain it. I don't have any issue with it. But we are going to learn very interesting things. We have to be very vigilant, very attentive in the sessions so that we can understand the things well.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Jaydev, thank you, Abhishek. I expect the same response from Annapurna, Sandeep, and
No
Sanjay
problem,
as
sir.
well.
I again, I'll reiterate. I have done. I'm in Intune, new to Intune, but this one all. So if I answer some question, please do not say that. Okay, I'm interrupting too much. It's
No,
just
no,
you
there
people
are
should
people,
learn a
yeah,
lot. You people
yeah,
should
yeah.
learn a lot from this training. Yeah.
So that was all for today. And any suggestion that if anyone
You
wants,
didn't record this session, right?
yeah, it was recorded. It was recorded. Let me
Yeah,
restop
okay.
the recording.